Um, there has been a controversy about whether to teach kids or teenagers in high school sexual education and teaching them abstinence. My claim here is that it's better to teach teens comprehensive sexual education than abstinence. I have factual data, according to David Hall. States that mandate abstinence have a higher teen pregnancy. So it's mandatory to teach abstinence, yet they have a higher pregnancy rate. And the states with the lowest teen pregnancy rates tell their kids, they teach their kids sexual education, comprehensive sexual education. On my second data, according to Heather Bunstra, the Institute Senior Public Policy Associates has a research that it shows that abstinence research do not work. The programs do not work. They do not work because they only teach abstinence, that sex is bad and sex is no good, sex is a sin, but they don't show them a proper way of contraception, which is very important because not a lot of kids want to maintain from having sex. But if they don't have the information or the proper information of contraceptives, that's gonna give them a higher rate of pregnancy or HIV. Based on a specific criteria from Douglas Kirby, the most abstinent programs did not work and delay in initiation of sex, and only 3 out of 9 had significant positive effects on a sexual behavior. In contrast, about 2/3 of comprehensive programs showed strong evidence that they possibly affected young people's sexual behavior, including both delaying initiation of sex and increasing condom and contraceptive use among important groups of youth. When they changed this abstinence group or program into teaching sexual contraception, the pregnancy rate declined 41%, and the birth abortion and rates also declined, with births dropping 35%. And in my conclusion, all these examples convince me that it's better to promote sexual education in schools than abstinence.
All right, well, the discussion of the controversy at the beginning is clear. We know what position you're taking on this. That's fine. You identify early information as being factual data, and that's okay. You had a source citation on that. There's statistical information in the last part of the speech, and I did think that it was not quite clear where that statistical information came from. There was an earlier citation of material that it might have come from that source, but it wasn't clear that all of the statistics that you had, that the, only, 3 of the 9 abstinence programs had any effect, but 2/3 of the comprehensive education programs seemed to be effective, and the pregnancy rates sort of thing. I know that came from somewhere, but I didn't hear it being attributed the way you had attributed other information earlier in the speech. I do have a little bit of an issue with the testimony. I'm giving you a check mark on the testimony issue because you cited a source and you claim to be quoting them, but what you gave me did not sound like a quote. It sounded like a paraphrase. It sounded like you were summarizing what the person was saying as opposed to taking exactly what they said. I would be, surprised if the way you said it is the way the person that you're quoting said it. It just sounded to me like that's an interpretation as opposed to a conclusion that somebody is drawing. And I think that whenever you're quoting somebody, it needs to be a quote. It needs to be their words and not your inferences about the words. There should be a difference between the two. And I think we had a little bit of trouble with that one. But you did give us a source citation on it, and so you're getting credit there. I just want you to make sure that when you do that in the future, make sure that you're use their words and not yours. Okay. And then the delivery things, I didn't see anything that was too problematic. Occasionally you're waving the page around a little bit, but not a big deal.